this was a big feat, a pleasure for you, but were there times when it was daunting, just the sheer expectation of it?
Yes. You felt, and I mentioned this before, that I felt like Frodo. I would wake up in the morning, and I'd ask myself, why me? Why was I chosen to carry the ring to Mordor as Frodo? Why was I chosen to write the score to Tolkien's great work? It took him 14 years to write Lord of the Rings. It's arguably the most complex fantasy world ever created, and you're now going to create all the musical imagery for all of those incredible worlds. So it was quite a daunting task.
Besides the film itself, what were Peter Jackson's inspirations for you?
He is a visionary director and worked very closely with me. Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, they were fantastic collaborators, because they'd been working on the film for 5 years prior to my joining the project, and they just invited me to New Zealand to become part of the writing team. I was on the set with them shooting. I met Alan Lee, the great illustrator, and Richard Taylor. So they really invited me into the project. They collaborated with me in a most amazing, wonderful way, because they so knew all the moments of the story, moment by moment. And we sort of created the score together, page by page, moment by moment. It was a very wonderful experience.
Mr. Shore, we have another question for in the far right, in the back, 256.
Okay.
And then you'll be next here in front.
What was written on your wife's hand?
Hi, May. Did you see that?
Yes, she flashed it to the camera as you were walking up on the stage.
It's my daughter.
Oh, it's your daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
I didn't know if you saw that.
Thank you. Do we have one more question?
Okay.
Right here in the front. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Short. Can you give us some idea of how the Lord of the Rings contingent might be feeling with their 4 wins tonight? Are you able to gauge that yet?
Say it again.
Are you able to gauge how the Lord of the Rings 4 winners might be feeling at this moment, given 4 out of 13?
Right. I think the nominations were amazing. There was so many nominations for the film, and it covered the whole spectrum of all of the filmmaking that was part of this work. So I think it's wonderful that we've had that kind of recognition, and we've been at so many awards in the last few months, and the film has just got incredible recognition. So we're all really wonderfully gratified by it. I mean, Peter won 2 BAFTA awards in Britain, and we've won awards here, and we've won AFI awards, and so it's been a wonderful kind of month and 2.
Thank you. There's one last question, 77.
Is this just a warm-up for next year, or perhaps the year after? Do you think this?
Well, we've worked on one film, Fellowship, which is really Act 1 of a 3-act piece, and this year I'm composing the score for the second film, Two Towers, and then next year, all of next year will be Return of the King. So it's really a 3-4 year project for me.
Do you think that perhaps do you think that 4 out of 13 perhaps reflects a sentiment that there's time for Lord of the Rings next year and the year
of course.
after?
Yes, because it's quite unusual to have a film to have this much recognition, and it's distinguished. And we have another film, the second act, really, not a sequel, but really the second act coming out this year, this December, and then the finale, the last act, next year. So there's, the scope of it is a 9-10 hour film.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you again so much, and congratulations, Mr. Shore.
Thank you.